Welcome to the CCO Pre-Show for episode 462.
462?
462.
Holy shit.
We are brought to you by the wonderful Patreon supporters at patreon.com/CCO Podcast.
Whether they like it or not.
And they should, and they do. We've got a new one to thank today on the show proper.
That's exciting.
No spoilers.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And I asked you to come up with a topic, and
Yeah.
oh boy howdy, we have a little thing to discuss called the Secret Lair Marvel Superdrop.
Good Lord.
Yeah, this is our first look at the crossover, MTGX Marvel. Is that what it is?
I believe so. Is this the first... I guess it's not the first one they've done, but this is the second time they're going to do like a massive crossover like this. They did Lord of the Rings, and now they're going to do Marvel, and I think... Is it later on next year they're going to do Final Fantasy as well? Is that?
I'm not sure if Final Fantasy is going to be structured the same way as Marvel and Lord of the Rings, or if it's going to be more like
Assassin's Creed?
Doctor Who or Assassin's Creed. Can we count Assassin's Creed like that? Because it got its own set. I guess they all got their own set, right? But
Yeah,
not the full treatment in that it's got
Booster boxes.
booster boxes, command decks, secret layers, and like every single thing that could be a Magic product is going to be a Marvel Magic product, right?
Yeah.
Like Lord of the Rings was. There'll be
Yes.
a pre-release and a command fest and a launch party for it, all the stuff, right?
Commander Fest Marvel.
Commander Fest Marvel. That does have a nice ring to it. If you think that something is marvelous or it's a Marvel, not like capital M Marvel trademark.
Yeah. Command Fest TM Marvel RTMT
Yeah.
asterisk
Yeah.
used with permission from
Yeah.
Disney Corp or whatever the hell.
Give us more money.
Give us money.com.
Okay,
yeah.
so all of the stuff comes out like over the last couple days at New York Comic Con. It's in New York, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a bunch of people saw a bunch of Twitter stuff on
NYCC.
Yes. And I'm watching like the What Makes a Hero little trailer that they did where it shows like Wolverine and then his card and Captain America, then his card. And I'm narrating it for the boy as we go because like he watches a lot of like the Magic releases and launch stuff with me.
Sure.
And Marvel, get your Wolverine Magic card. Spend money. Get the Arcane Signet frickin' what is it? It's Earth's mightiest emblem. Spend 200 of your excitement. Marvel, spend money. I was doing all that with him.
Right.
And man, we were howling and Rebecca was like, what the hell? What have I got myself? Why couldn't I have had a girl?
Well,
And I say, joke's on you, girls play Magic too.
yeah, you would have done the same thing with the girl.
Yes, I would have. Yes.
Right?
Nerd stuff. And then the boy's like, yeah, we're geeks. Yeah.
Well
as,
played.
As he's building Lego. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you think that this is going to be? Because Lord of the Rings was a lot, and I know for you, there's
Yes.
never enough.
Oh, no.
There's never enough. So taking that into account, when Final Fantasy comes out, I'll probably be like, yeah, give me more. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
gonna be, no, I probably won't be, honestly.
Well,
You know what? I probably won't be. I like 5, 6, and 7, sort of 8, sort of 4, and the rest of them are kind of
isn't there like 58 of them?
Yeah,
And then 17 remakes of each?
that's right.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so I'm kind of like, yeah. But the point is,
Which one's producer Gary's favorite?
The only one, the first one, the only one I've ever played.
What a
and
loser.
he was speed running that shit too. I sat with him while he was doing it one time.
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty good. Yeah, it
Okay.
was fun to watch. So, but do you think this is going to be like so much? Because this one, I think, is Lord of the Rings wasn't a huge departure from Magic because it's
Correct.
very, very similar.
Yeah.
Marvel Comics is a huge departure from Magic.
Yes.
And do you think with so much saturation and so much Marvel and so much whatever, like, is it going to be... Like, I'll bet you we're going to get these secret layers we're going to talk about in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get Marvel main set. We're going to get Spider-Man Aftermath boosters. We're going to get X-Men and Avengers and X-Force and the Serpent Society fucking commander decks.
Commander decks. Oh,
Right?
boys,
Like,
are going to be commander decks.
there's
You
gonna
think
be
there's going to be 8 commander decks?
I sure hope not.
I
but
think
yeah.
that there'll be 5 at least.
You think 5?
What if there's 5 and we frickin' called it again?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. You know what? I agree. It is a far departure. Very.
You know what it's going to be? I got it. There's
yeah?
going to be 6 commander decks.
6
There's
now?
6 commander decks, and in each deck is going to be part of a secret 7th deck. Like their Build-A-Figures, where you have to buy the whole wave of figures that come out in order to get the arms and the legs and the torso and the head
Oh,
to build
man.
the big figure. You want to get a Sentinel action figure? Fuck you. You have to buy your
Every
15th
single
Professor
one.
X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have commander deck exclusives. Now, Watsy, if you're listening.
Yeah, yeah. I want a cut of every deck you sell if you're
No,
doing
this
that.
is this is why they will never acknowledge or respond to card ideas. And if you
Yeah.
walk up to Gavin at a command fest and say, "Hey, Gavin, I thought of this card. It's like this 2-drop mana rock artifact that does," and he'll just walk away with
Yeah,
his
he
ears plugged.
runs- they
I
run
can't listen. I
screaming.
can't listen because then that person, if you design that same card, wants money. But here's the idea: is however many commander decks there are, 5, 6, 15. Only, okay, so commander deck exclusive cards only found in the commander decks.
Yep.
Not even in collector packs. They got to be in the $50 commander decks. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And you buy every single one and you take out those commander deck exclusives. Let's say they put them in widescreen art in the commander deck so you know which cards they are, like right at a glance.
Right.
You take those out of each deck and add, your 15 basic lands or whatever they need. And then you have another deck. And the only way to get those is by buying the precons. Oh, but then my precons don't have all the cards in them. Buy them again.
Yeah, exactly, because this is exciting, damn it. No, and all of those cards that you bought, they'll all go together to make a giant panorama comic book
Oh,
picture.
yes. And the borders are actually the little white boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
And man, I really hope, and here's when we get into the secret layerness of them and stuff. I hope that they lean into comic book more than they do into MCU, Cinematic Universe, right?
Yes.
And I think based on and just knowing how Lord of the Rings worked with the licensing and what they actually could print cards of, most likely they're not going to be leaning into the Marvel Cinematic Universe because that is a whole nother animal ball game licensing.
You're not going to see Robert Downey Jr. on a Magic card.
Correct. Just like you didn't see Elijah Wood on a Frodo Magic card, right?
Yeah.
Though I did see lots of Elijah Wood signed Magic cards. It's kind of cool.
I guess so.
Yeah, it's fine. Would you get Robert Downey Jr. to sign your Iron Man or your Doctor Doom?
Can't afford it.
Yes.
Can't afford it.
Yes.
So neither.
Okay. I think
I'm not that excited.
I think we are going to see comic book style showcase arts more so than when we did in Ikoria because they'll actually have comic book frames.
I'd like
you
to
know what I mean?
I'd like to see the old what did they call that? Where like it was if you look really close to the comic book pages, it's just the little dots.
A moire pattern
I think that would be a cool
style.
very collectible Magic card. Or
Yep.
if they made the characters look like the old remember the 90s? They had the Marvel cards you could collect?
Yes.
If they looked like those, that'd
Yes,
be cool
that's
too.
exactly the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Give me Marvel trading cards. Give me the old 1960s moire print style comic books that were only in they had 7 colors in the whole spread.
Yeah.
Right? And give me the pop-up boxes with the speech bubbles. Give me the different kinds or shapes of speech bubbles for the different kinds of characters or speech, right? Like when a radio or a TV is talking, you get the jaggedy lightning looking one, right?
And then we want to move immediately on from this into something else because I'm going to be so sick of this crap by the time that it's done.
Now, I'm looking at the Secret Lair. Okay, so there's a Secret Lair X Marvel's Black Panther. That's going to be a mouthful every time that we have to say it. Secret Lair X Marvel's Captain America. Secret Lair X Marvel's Iron Man.
Storm.
Secret Lair X Marvel's Storm. And, Wolverine. Secret Lair X Marvel. Is that all?
That's all.
That's all of them.
That's all of them spoiled so far.
And when we look at the styles of those cards, they look high fantasy. They look like Magic cards, albeit a little bit sci-fi, like Doctor Who did, or like frick,
Iron Man did?
Assassin's Creed.
Sure.
Like, I think really looking back over the last year and a half, let's say, all of the sci-fi kind of sub-properties we got, like Doctor Who, not as big as Marvel, Assassin's Creed, not as big as Marvel, really were a warm-up for this set.
Yeah.
And
Get people desensitized to it. That's why they put Ghostbuster packs and cheerleaders and shit into Duskmorn.
yes,
So that we can have...
I think that there was some, I don't want to use the word grooming, but really, and let's lump Lord of the Rings in there too, because it was a different IP, and there was a full spread of it, and it was well received. It was Magic's biggest set ever.
Until Marvel comes out.
And I think that on the back of Lord of the Rings being so successful and all of the sci-fi grooming us fantasy nerds have had, this stands the chance of being Magic's next biggest product ever.
How do you enter into the booster pack game? Here is how.
Okay.
Here's how you do it. In the comments down below, you have to tell us which Marvel Comics character you think you are going to play the most games against when this comes out.
And it doesn't need to be one of the ones that's been previewed in the secret lair.
Yeah, but because people are just going to dress up like... Because every comic weave has their own comic book
Do
cosplay.
you mean cosplay or Magic card?
Cosplay. How many people are going to sit down across from you dressed as motherfucking Wolverine and you're going to play Magic with them? Right? How many Storms? How many Dazzlers? How many Professor X's? How many Mr. Sinisters? How many Apocalypses?
Wow.
How many Mojos? I played against a lot of Mojos in my day.
How many
Gary knows what he looks
How
like.
many
This is the joke.
hairy beasts?
Yeah. How many the Blobs? Are you gonna
The Blob and the Beast, but he's not blue. This is my Beast cosplay. Oh, I'm going to eat some Burger King.
Oh, no shame in the
No,
nation,
absolutely not. But it's...
But that was really funny.
Yeah,
so,
that's it.
so deal with it. Oh, the card selection of these I think are actually really good for the most part. I think that we got reprints of everything gets hexproof and indestructible, whatever that is.
Yeah, we've got... Okay, let's look at some of the reprints. We've got Arcane Signet with...
Fly.
Yeah, there's a fly in here. It's frickin' November almost. We got flies. Arcane Signet, if you spend all of the monies.
Yeah, if
you're very excited.
Yes, if you are the most excited, you will receive an Arcane Signet.
If you're excited enough to excite all of these, you get an Arcane Signet. I should just paint one to match, and you can excite me
Every
instead.
Thursday on our Facebook page.
Yep.
Me.
We get a Secure the Waste instant speed token maker. We get a Primal Vigor. That card was getting expensive.
That's shitty doubling season.
Yes, but very much less reprinted than doubling season, so still commanded like some kind of price tag, right?
Not as good. It should just be doubling season.
You think?
Yes.
Okay. But it's Beasts. No, what is it?
Bast Split. I don't know who Bast is. I've never seen Black Panther. I've never
Oh, yeah.
read Black Panther. Yeah, I'm not.
Bast's Blessing, Primal Vigor. That seems more Wakanda jungle-y to me. I don't know. Okay, then we got Heroic Intervention.
That's the one I was talking about.
Karn's Bastion. That's the Proliferate land.
Yep.
And both Black Panther and Primal Vigor care about +1 counters, so this one makes sense, right?
Sure.
And we get another Heroic Intervention.
Yep. That's always good.
Yep. Sigarda's Aid, always an expensive card because it tutors, right? Nope.
No.
You can free equip and you can instant speed cast.
Yes.
Yep.
Instacast auras and equipments, and then free equip them for free. There's a Flawless Maneuver reprint in here.
Also a good reprint.
It's a couple bucks. And in the trenches, that's a piece of shit that nobody plays. And then
yeah.
there's a Sword of War and Peace reprinted as Shield of War and Peace. So like,
Just wait a second.
what?
There's a fair bit of ironic humor in this, in that it's a frickin' shield, but it's a sword.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, just
Yes.
making sure we all know that.
It's the truth. We all get it. It's probably one of the least desirable swords, but it's not terrible. So cool.
Yes, it's... Is it because his shield is red and white?
It's because he's a soldier that was in both
War and peace.
was fighting for peace.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
It thematically makes sense. If it was the Shield of Feast and Famine, this would be a Red Skull secret lair.
Oh, okay. Okay, then we get to Iron Man, and we've got a Galvanic
That's
Blast.
fucking common.
Yeah, I think that's a card that gets played like in Modern or something, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like as a sideboard card.
Yeah, I know.
Commander's Plate, that card was expensive.
It
This
was.
is its first reprint, I think, since frickin' like Commander Legends, right? In
think you're-
2020.
I think you're right.
That card was 30 or 40 bucks. I think.
It did command some dollars for sure. I don't think it
It
deserved that much
Commanders
dollars.
plated some dollars.
Yeah.
And let's put it in an ultra exclusive and expensive secret layer to really drive that price down. And
Yeah.
then ban it because it's too expensive and new players can't afford it. Okay, moving on. Because
Inventor's Fair is whatever. Sol Ring goes in every deck. It's also in the secret lair.
Inventor's Fair was expensive too.
There we go.
Okay, Storm. I actually like Storm. Teamer, my favorite colors. We're not going to get into the actual legends. We'll maybe save that for another day. But
Yeah.
we've got a Lightning Bolt.
Sure.
Hey, there's
it does
one
have
for
my,
you.
It does have my favorite iteration of Storm on the Lightning Bolt, which is cool.
Oh, like Mega Punk Storm?
I
or
like punk rock Days of Future Past Storm. I thought she looked really, really cool.
Jessica's Will.
As Storm's will. And it's the same art.
I was just going to say nearly the exact same
it's
art.
like identical art, except it's Storm on it instead of Jessica.
Yep. And then we got freaking Ice Storm from Ice Age. Awesome. Destroy target land.
Yeah, that's Stone Rain, but green. They just finished talking about, Commander players, they don't like going fast and all this acceleration, but they love land destruction. That's something we all ask for.
Well, let's ban all the fast mana. Trigger warning. And
Then have
play land destruction. And then all Commander games will last 5 hours. You want to show up to the LGS, play one game?
No.
Oh, I thought that's what people wanted.
I do want to show up and play Manamorphose, though. That's a super good Commander card. Mm-hmm. That's a lie.
That's a
not-
weird include there. But
It's a
again, maybe Modern or something plays that, right?
Well, I think it's in a Modern Storm deck.
Sure.
Wolverine has Berserk, as you would
Berserk.
expect.
Yeah, I like that one. Rite of Passage.
I totally forgot that card existed.
Whenever a creature you control is dealt damage, put a +1 counter on it.
Totally forgot that card existed.
That's probably fine, hey?
It's a pretty okay card.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I don't know if it commands any value, but like, it's a card that's neat.
Yep, and then we've got Rhythm of the Wild with Uncle Brando with no shirt on.
Yep, that's a good one.
Yep, and then the Ozolith. That's a good reprint.
That's a solid reprint.
Yep,
Yes.
I already have my Lord of the Rings box topper Ozolith.
Ooh.
So I'm not going to play this one, but we have an Ozolith. And you notice he's naked in there, but the reflection of the tube he's in is very strategically placed.
Yes.
That's not where I would have put it.
Where would you have put it?
Anywhere else. I think there needs to be more of that kind of stuff on Magic cards. Remember we got a secret layer with guy's little thingy?
Oh, yeah, there's little peener.
And then it needed to be like edited before it was released.
How is it they can edit the peener off of a card, but they can't edit spelling mistakes and different card types off of cards? Why did Circular Logic get printed as a sorcery, and Coma got printed like with straight up wrong rules text on it, but they could edit a little peener out of some art? Why is that?
I don't know.
And it wasn't even actually a peener. It was just like a little, like a lump in the wrong place.
Yes, that's how I feel about mine too.
Because everybody's mind is in the gutter. It's like, oh, it's a penis. Never seen one of those before. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It's the internet. Everybody knows what a penis looks like.
Oh, very much so. That's
Right?
like 60% of the internet.
Man, one day I'll tell you the story about the first time I ever saw a vagina, and I was very confused.
Oh, yeah?
I was very young. It was a weird moment for me. It was a very strange
That's
moment.
right up there with the time you crap somebody else's pants.
I was at a Dairy Queen.
Oh, this is not where I thought this
Right?
conversation was going.
It was weird. It wasn't on like a physical real life human. It was a picture, but I was like, what the fuck? I'll tell this story in detail some other
Was
time.
it the Dairy Queens?
No.
Oh.
No. Well, I mean, maybe. I guess maybe. Might
Well-
have been. I don't really remember who the person was. I just remember seeing the vagina for the first time and going, what?
This got really weird.
And I was like tilting the picture to like try and like see, you know?
One of those hologram things that you twist it, does it turn into something else?
Yeah, like when you're watching a movie, you're playing a video game, and you're like craning your neck to try and see around the corner.
Yeah. Or when you're watching Pink Floyd The Wall, the movie, and those two flowers start to fight, but really then they turn into genitalia and they start hammering each other.
Yeah.
You ever seen that one?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a weird movie.
It's a strange
That's
show.
a weird album. 1979 was a weird time.
That was a strange time to be alive. I mean,
You were already a grown man.
Yeah, I was already a man.
I didn't see a vagina till I was already a man. And it was that Dairy Queen. All right. Well,
All right.
462.
Remember, which Marvel character are you going to physically play against the most? Down in the comments, or be
Yes.
a patron.
Oh,
to be
I
entered
got
to
one
win.
more prediction.
Okay.
Commander decks, we're going to see more than normal.
Okay.
I really want that extra Spider-Man thing, whatever they were talking about. I would very much like that to be Spider-Man across the multiverse, right? Because there's already like movie and precedents for that.
Right.
The multiverse thing, that was Spider-Man's whole thing in 2020.
Yeah, Spider-Man,
right?
No Way Home, or
Yep.
All the Way Home, or the hell.
23 and 24 was really all about that.
Yeah.
Let's get Spider-Man in Tarkir. Let's get Spider-Man in Kamigawa. Let's get Spider-Man in frickin' Dominaria. Let's get Spider-Man in
That'd be pretty fun.
all those places, right?
You know, I saw that movie for the first time this week. Didn't like it.
Oh, I haven't seen a movie since I was already a man.
And then right at the end, the like post-credit scene is Eddie Brock, like Venom.
Yes,
like,
yes.
The Mad Max guy, I can't remember his name. And they're sitting at a bar, and it's like, oh man, I'm gonna do all this stuff, and then they like teleport him back to shitty Sony land. Man, that sucks so bad. Because I really like those Venom movies. I like them a
Yeah,
lot.
we like those Venom movies in my house too.
And I would like to see that version of Venom show up. That would be the thing that would get me to go back and actually watch a Marvel movie in the theaters again.
I want to play against Venom, and if I lose, he eats me, and then it's all over.
You're giving him the speech, please don't kill me. He goes, fuck this guy, and eats your head.
Yeah, one bite. Yeah.
And that was awesome.
Okay, we've got a topic tomorrow.
gonna be a good one.
Thinking outside the box again as a result of some conversation that arose from last week's show about building on a budget. So tune in tomorrow morning, 4:62. Hit our theme song.
Brr, brr.
Bye-bye.